Go ahead and start. Thank you again for tuning in. I know most of you, of course, we've met. I'm Dean with Texas Lighting, and we'll spend the next 25 plus minutes focusing on Delray. So also here to do most of the talking is Bill Russ, who's the Western Regional for Delray. He's based in the Sacramento area. Again, I'll let Bill do most of the talking, but first of all, thank you very much for joining. Really appreciate you taking a little bit time to tune in. I wish we could be in person. I enjoy going to lunch and dropping off bagels and whatnot, and Chick-fil-A and all that good stuff. So we'll have to put that on hold for a little bit longer. Hopefully there's light at the end of the tunnel. But again, thank you so much for tuning in remotely, webinar wise. And just a quick introduction about Delray. I've been representing Delray now for only about 5 months, but I've been familiar with Delray for a long time. Have two pretty good friends that work there in California. For all intents and purposes, about 13 years ago, Delray was the first company to introduce the ring with LED. And of course, there are, we know there are 14 companies that do that now, but Delray really was the first in and kind of the genesis of that. And but really cool stuff. I know I've emailed you, most of you a couple pretty pictures, a couple application shots. This is a little Delray screen behind me, one of their fixtures. So I'll turn it over to Bill. And again, thank you so much for joining in, and can't wait to meet in person rather than via internet. But have a great afternoon, and thanks so much. Go ahead, Bill.
Great, thanks, Dean. Yeah, my name is Bill. I've been with Delray a little while. I've been in the lighting business for several years. Texas Lighting has been a rep in the Dallas market for many years. They do a great job for us. So as we change hats and go from a previous company to Delray, it makes the transition real easy, and they've done a good job over the years with Delray. So what we put together is a short webinar on kind of highlight some of the things, product and other exciting things that we have going on at Delray. And I'll jump into our presentation. Let me share my screen. So we call this Delray 2020. So Delray is a, where's that going? There we go. Sorry, sensitive mouse. We are a fixture manufacturer based in Southern California. We've been making fixtures there for many years. Got started in the compact fluorescent days and then adapted to the LED market. As Dean was saying, we make circles, innovated into the with the LEDs, nice, small, and thin. We'll talk about that in a moment. So who we are. I handle the Western United States. Mark Rorison, who's been with Delray many years, knows ins and outs. A lot of designs came from him, handles the East for us. Julie's a new member of our team, handling the California and Arizona. And David Komanowski came on board middle of last year. He founded Performance Lighting in Southern California, 16500 in the Bay Area, and now is part of the Delray group. We're still 100% committed to environmentally responsible, best product, best materials, sourced locally. We can build to whatever level of made in America there is, whatever you need. I joined them. Once again, we're based in the Southern California market. What's important about that is all of our products are made in America, and the quality of our subcontractors, of our parts suppliers, of our painters, of our chip guys come from the area which was rich in the aerospace industry. So very high tolerances, very high quality, lots of craftsmen locally. We don't have to wait weeks and weeks to get product. Everything is locally sourced, close by. I joined Delray, and then David joined not too long after. Steve, who owned the company, sold it. And we sold it to a company called Stone Arch Capital, and we put a group together called Lambent. So Delray was the first company. We just acquired LF Illumination, and we have a couple additional companies there we're looking at to put together quality-wise, innovation-wise, design-wise, part of our Lambent lighting group. And David is not only president of Delray, he is running the Lambent group. And we're real proud of local California, local Burbank. Once again, the quality of the aerospace craftsmen that a lot of these guys started their own businesses, and our raw material and everything kind of comes from the local suppliers, except our glass. We have partnered with a glass manufacturer in Poland. And these are old school craftsmen. They do a lot of our glass. I've got a couple new pieces I'll show you in a second. So hand blown, the lady sitting on the stool is actually holding a mold while the craftsman above blows the glass into the mold. So very, very high quality. This particular facility manufactures glass for a lot of the leading high-end design, along with Delray, in the lighting industry. Burbank is our final assembly point. Once again, all of our technologies in craftsman, paint and everything is done, and then the final assembly is done within our facility. Our product lines, we do lots of different products. Circles, we're really proud of our circles. We've been making circles for quite many years. The bottom left hand is where we got started with our Cylindro series, grew out of the fluorescent days. So we needed a fixture that would be tall enough and wide enough to hide the fluorescent lamps. And as we transitioned into the LEDs, it allowed us to do a much smaller profile, up, down, RGB, RGBW, dimming, warm to dim, white tuning, et cetera, into our circles. We do lots of different size circles. So we, once again, have the craftsmen that do really great work extruding our aluminum, putting it in molds, welding it, and going up to 8 feet in diameter. Most recently, we have added to the website a 10-foot circle and a 12-foot circle. So those are large pieces of aluminum for large space. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is all one piece, up, down, or up and down. And then the 8, 10, and 12 are in 2 pieces. Our glass pendants, the ones that come from Poland, we've been making these for many, many years. The Aspect series, as you see on the top there, the cones, and then 3 new pieces we've introduced: the Dusk, Arctic in the middle, and the Bola on the right. So we have the new series here, large pieces of glass. The Arctic is 500 millimeters, or 19.6 inches wide. The Arctic 2 is a little smaller. The Dusk is 13.5. And then we have the Bola, which comes in 2 sizes. And then we have the ability to stack those in a nice configuration. So with the hand-blown high-performance glass, not only does it look good, we get great performance through it. So the Arctic, for instance, we are delivering over 5,000 lumens. Beautiful, uniform distribution, no injection points, no seams. It's a one-piece, seamless piece of glass. And even the smaller Bola in the middle there is delivering 540 lumens. The other pendants we do are metal. We're famous for our industrial series, the Rocket, which is featured there on the left. We have a Sonar, which is a industrial looking, but it has an up and down light feature. With a little bit of refinement, we introduced a year or so ago the Luma series in the middle there. And then our newest addition is our Textura series. So as we chart this, the Sonar Rocket is about 17 inches wide. The Luma is also about that size with a little bit of refinement on the industrial look. And the Textura comes in 3 sizes, 16, 24, and 31. So the 31 is a giant, large, great performance, handcrafted spun aluminum fixture. Not too many 31-inch pendants out there with great performance. So our latest is 6,000 lumens out of the Sonar and Rocket. We're delivering 97 with the Luma, and then 4, almost 10, and 17,000 with the large Textura. We also do a lot of glass in the semi-recessed. Not quite as popular as it was in the past, but we still do our fair share. Once again, Polish glass, handmade. And then our linear series, we have a series of 4 fixtures, our Uno, our Dos, our Media, and Completa. It goes from a 1.1 inch in the Uno. The Dos is basically a double Uno, which is an up and down. So it's a 1x2. We can do 2 circuits in that. The Media, go back, has the bottom left there has a side light. So you get a little bit of side light distribution. And the Completa is a little bit wider profile. All of these come in 8-foot extrusions. They are mechanically connected for continuous runs. We can surface mount, we can suspend, we can do 2 circuits on the Dos, and the Uno and Dos extrusions are the ones we use for our circles. A lot of convention centers, event centers are not only using the circles, but they're using the linear and an RGB. So we can do a colored up. So if you have an event, we can introduce the color into that. The next architecture on our boards will include the white chip on that also. All of our chips are the Nichia, which is a 90 CRI, kind of the best ones out there. Standard dimming down to 1%. We have other options down to less than 1%. And we also can perform and program with the DMX in the RGBs. Batteries are available, remote and integral. So if you need an egress, we can add that to the fixtures also. Not only do we do circles, we do squares and rectangles. In the Uno, the Dos, Completa, and the Media. The only limitations is what will fit into a truck. So if you have some different sizes, we can do customs. They're all welded, lens to the corners, illuminated all the way through. We can suspend, we can do up, we can do down, we can hang, and we can also do on angles. Back up here. I'm going to share another screen at the moment. Here we have some chandeliers we have done. I want to share that screen. One moment. share my screen here. We've done, let me go here. So our website's been updated with great gallery. All the spec sheets are there. And I'd like to point out some of the different chandelier styles we've done. So as creative as your budget will allow, we can do different sizes, different looks, from the rounds, the gyros. You want to do on different planes. These are all available, and we're going to be adding these to the website, and along with the linears too, so we can hang those in a chandelier style. Back to the presentation. So we can take any of these squares, put them in any configuration you like, be it on a plane, horizontal, 45, any combination. Just let Dean know. We also do a linear, we call that our stick system, grew out of the T5 days, 5/8 of an inch diameter, LED directional. What's kind of key about this, it's linear, it's very small, it's thin, great performance, but we have the ability to rotate and direct the light. So if we have a wall wash, we have some asymmetrical, we want to, as we move furniture around a space, we can now adjust the light for that. And then we also have a series of optics and trims that we use. Those trims are from the perf to the indirect, louvered, and then the asymmetrical wall wash. They're very simple, they clip right on. We also have a series of tubes. Our tubes go anywhere from 4-inch diameter up to 10-inch diameter, 10 feet in length. And then any combination from 1 or 2 all the way to 10. So we can give you a large fixture, fully illuminated, RGB. We also have a downlight component that's available on the bottom of those. The gyro you saw earlier, but we have a full engineering staff draw this up. Our turnaround time is fairly quick. So as creative as your budget will allow, we can do custom chandeliers for you. New product, we're being decorative, we always have new. Let Dean know if there's something that you think that we could manufacture for you, or you want to modify existing. Not a big deal. We bought a 3D printer so we can prototype very quickly. One of the couple of the new ones that we are working on are the radar. They have a surface mount with a color up. Any color you want, we can do RGB. The sonic, which is going to be quite a large pendant, and then our Dos Grande. So the radar is just a nice, clean, great performance, great price point. You want just a downlight, or we can actually accent the ceiling above. Surface mount, or we could put it on a pendant. Sonic hanging pendant. This is about 3 feet in diameter. We do large things. Kind of the downlight indirect, nice comforting light. And then we'll have the uplight component at the top of the fixture. And the one I'm most excited about is what we call our Dos Grande. So the Dos itself is a 1-inch by 2-inch up to 10 feet. The Dos Grande will allow us to go 10, 12, 20, 25, 30 feet in diameter. And what happens when you get larger like that, you need a larger profile of material mass in the space for a large fixture like that. Dos Grande is 5 inches wide, 2.5 inches in depth or width. So 2-circuit, up, down, integral driver, you have the ability to put a battery in, and then any diameter up to we've quoted a 53-foot oval for Google. So once again, your budget is your only limitation. So I'd just like to thank everyone for participating. Once again, let us know. We've been around a while and always looking for innovations and custom colors, custom finishes, high CRI, dimming, battery for egress. We can incorporate all of that into our designs. We're based in Southern California, and we have a great facility. And before all of this craziness started, we'd love visitors. Come see our facility. We're state of the art. We've got some different stations mocked up, from healthcare to hospitality to offices. See how the material is put together. Some of the other backroom things that we're working on, color-wise, new product. And we'd love to show you around not only Delray and Burbank, but Southern California. Once again, I appreciate the opportunity to present to you.
Okay. If anyone has a question, feel free to type it in the chat zone. Feel free. So yeah, we do have a couple more minutes. It's 4:24 almost, but let's see. Yeah, Bill, you said Delray's, what'd you say, like 6 minutes away from the Burbank airport, something like that?
Out the backside, yeah. Half a block down, we can see the runway. Yes.
Right. Well, to my Dallas designers on the call, when when normalcy or almost normalcy resumes, maybe in September we could go visit Delray. We've got some good stuff here. So, all right, just looking at the chat here. So, okay. Well, I think we'll go ahead and finish it at this point. But again, Bill, thanks for spending a few minutes with us. Much appreciated. And again, to the interior designers, architects, lighting designers that tuned in today, very, very much appreciate it. And Texas Lighting, we are fully functional, up and running. Our office, we're allowed to have, per the county, we're allowed to have 10 people in the office. So we kind of, most of the salespeople are working remote, as you can imagine. But we can assist in whether it's budgeting or questions about spacing or light levels or recommendations. We'd gladly assist. So please don't hesitate to call or email if we can help out in any way. But again, thank you very much for spending a little bit of time with us, and have a great rest of your Wednesday. And look forward again to meeting in person, non-virtual, sometime really soon. Thanks so much, and we'll talk soon. Bye-bye.